A Colorado boy only 14 years old when
14.
he shoots and kills a mother after a minor fender bender.
Ma'am, I'm gonna cut your seatbelt, okay? I'm Officer Lipper with the Denver Police Department, okay?
Just hours after shooting her in cold blood, he cries to his own mother at the police station.
I'm sorry, Mom.
So look, bro, I want to say something before we get into the reaction video, man. Before I became older and I matured as an adult, I realized that trying to fit in at a young age wasn't nothing but a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I had to fit in because I didn't like the way people used to treat me when I was young. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fake it. When I was younger, I always got picked on. You know what I'm saying? Before I got to like middle school, well, when I was in grade school, I was cool. It was a younger crowd. It was a younger, you know what I'm saying? It was a middle school. Everybody there was young. So, we don't know nothing but making friends in, school, arts and crafts, being a child. But as I got in like middle school and as I got in high school, things start to change. You know what I'm saying? I was around people that was bigger than me. And they was like my age, but they was twice my size. I'm talking about niggas that was in 7th grade, 8th grade, looked like they supposed to be in, like they was sophomores or something. You feel what I'm saying? I was light skinned. I always got picked on because I had real good hair. As you can see, I got real good hair. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in middle school, I was sweet. I was a sweet boy. You know what I'm saying? I was a sweet little boy. I was innocent. I was sweet. And I grew up in the hood too. You know what I'm saying? But once I transitioned over to middle school and high school, that's when I became a problem. I ain't gonna fake it. Like I said, when I was young, I always used to get picked on because I had good hair and I was light skinned and I wasn't the tallest in the room. You know what I'm saying? And instead of letting them bully me, I start acting just like them. I start getting used to the way they was treating me. You feel me? To the point where I had to change my demeanor. Like, I'm not in grade school no more. I'm in middle school. I'm in high school. I'm where the big kids at. You know what I'm saying? Back then, because I'm much older now. I'm way much older now. I ain't gonna say my age, but I'm older. You feel what I'm saying? Back then, school was like juvenile detention. That's how they used to treat. I'm from the south side of St. Louis, Missouri, the trenches. You feel what I'm saying? And my OG, my mama, she tried to keep me away from like certain things, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't try to expose me to certain things like hood shit, you know what I'm saying? But it just came. Me growing up in the hood, me being innocent just turned into something else. When I got in high school, I had to learn how to fight. You know what I'm saying? People were showing out for females. I was light skinned. I was handsome. You know what I'm saying? I'm still handsome. You feel what I'm saying? At the age I am now. You know what I'm saying? People will show out for the females. You feel me? And I had to learn how to protect myself. So high school turned into the streets. You feel me? Like, it went from fighting in school to fighting in the streets. It went to trying to fit in with a crowd because you wanted to have protection type shit when you was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So as I realized this at the age I am now, it wasn't nothing but a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? But some people can't help it because how they grow up in a city they grew up in the hood. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't grew up where it was, Caucasian folks at. We grew up where it was niggas. You feel what I'm saying? So around that time, I ain't had no choice but to learn how to protect myself, learn how to fight. I start growing up fast, start liking females fast. You feel what I'm saying? And I just start getting in trouble more with my parents as I grew up, as I got older, because I started getting exposed to like teenage shit. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said though, because I ain't gonna hold y'all too much on this, but with that being said though, growing up in the hood never made me want to straight fit in to the point where I have to hurt somebody. You feel what I'm saying? I wanted motherfuckers to know, like, don't play with me. You feel me? Like, don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Cause it'll get like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to show it though. Long as they knew not to play with me, I ain't have to show it. I knew how to fight. I learned how to fight, you know what I'm saying? Middle school and high school, I was fighting all the time. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I made a name for myself. Like, hey, don't fuck with Rico. Hey, that little nigga know how to fight. Hey, he might be light skinned with good hair, but that little dude know how to bang. You feel me? And I ain't know I knew how to fight until I started fighting. You feel me? I used to grow up and watch Floyd Mayweather all the time. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of my favorite boxers. I used to grow up watching Floyd Mayweather. You know, my mama boyfriend used to always, you know, buy his fights. You know, we had that big flat screen box TV back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And every time Floyd Mayweather had a fight, we used to always order it, watch it. You know what I'm saying? So I knew how to fight before I thought I knew how to fight. You feel me? So when I actually started fighting, I started thinking like Floyd. You feel me? And started knocking niggas out. I ain't gonna fake it. Yeah, I used to hit niggas while they wasn't looking too. Bro. You hear me? Like, I'm getting mines in either way it go. You feel me? Fast forward to you know, my teenage, you know, 18, 19, 20, 21. You feel me? I was in the streets, but I never had to prove myself to the point where I had to hurt somebody, unalive somebody, rob somebody. I always had it. My bird always took care of me. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, with that being said, I never had to fit into the point where I had to actually unalive somebody. And I'm saying that because as I look and read this title of this video that we finna react to, it don't make no sense. And what's crazy is I watched a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? Way before I started doing reaction videos. I just watched a little bit of it, and I couldn't watch it because I'm like, man, that shit crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you get in a situation where you unalive somebody at a young age, your life is over with. You already young as hell. You know what I'm saying? You already young as hell. You know, and then you go and unalive somebody, now you in jail. You haven't even lived your life. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna hold y'all on that though, man. It's just like, at a young age, I didn't just have to prove myself. I was in the streets. I was bad as hell. I was hustling. I was protecting myself. Never had to prove myself though, because I had people thinking when I was young that this what it's gonna be if you play with me. You know? So since I had them thinking like that, and I hung around a crowd where, you know, people was like that in the streets, nobody played with Lil Rico. Feel what I'm saying? But I never had to unalive nobody. I never had to rob nobody. I never had to do nothing to get me put in prison for the rest of my life. You know? And now that I'm an adult in the age I am now, when I look back then, now that I realize I ain't had nothing to prove to nobody. But I did have to protect myself around that time. That's just all it, that's just what it was. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get into this video, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much on that. That's just a little story, man. A little 6-7 minute story, man. But anyway, we finna go ahead and get into this reaction video, man. A teen blew off a woman's head with an AR-15 over a fender bender. You know? Over a fender bender. Little boy, little teen, bro. You know, not even this little. You feel what I'm saying? Probably ain't even reached puberty yet. I don't give a fuck. He could be a late bloomer. You never know. So we finna go ahead and get to this reaction video, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Let's do it.
A Colorado boy only 14 years old when
14.
he shoots and kills a mother after a minor fender bender.
Ma'am, I'm gonna cut your seatbelt, okay? I'm Officer Lipper with the Denver Police Department, okay?
Just hours after shooting her in cold blood, he cries to his own mother at the police station.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Now he's sorry. Now you sorry.
Today's case takes us to Denver.
Motherfuckers don't be sorry until after they do something. That's the only time they sorry, is when they do something, they get caught and they realize like, oh shit. You weren't sorry when you first did it, so don't be sorry now.
Colorado, where on February 20th, 2021, 32-year-old Pamela Cabrialis was on her way home from dinner with a friend. According to local TV station KUSA, Pamela's family says she was extremely giving, passionate, and loving. They describe her as a social butterfly who was always there if you needed her. Pamela worked as a real estate agent, and she was also a mother to her 6-year-old son, Leo.
Champagne, no?
This part does.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy it.
In pictures and in videos, Pamela seems happy and full of life. But all of that changed 4 years ago this month. Pamela was behind the wheel of her Range Rover, driving along Interstate 25 that goes right through Denver. When she stopped at a red light at an intersection of I-25 and Colfax, shots rang out. We now know the person shooting was then 14-year-old Remy Cordova. Cordova was in the passenger
that don't
seat
look like
of
him at
another
first.
car that was driven by this
Most
guy
definitely
named
4 years
Deshaun
later.
Johnson. Cordova had thought that the car had been tapped by Pamela's in a small fender bender. And according to court docs, he said, quote, "Can I bust on them?" Johnson then replied, "Do what you gotta do. That's on you."
What?
According to KUSA, Cordova got out of the car with an AR-15 and fired 15 to 20 shots into Pamela's Range Rover.
What?
Witnesses on the scene say at first they didn't even know what was happening.
Then I heard pop, 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 pop. And at first it didn't register what was happening until the cars in the 2 lanes next to me started going. And then I realized I said, oh shit, something's happening, and I ducked down and several more happened. And I pulled next to the car, barely got a glance. It looked as though the window was either rolled down or shot out, but I believe that the window was out. I didn't look at the windshield or see inside the vehicle. And then the car that was in front of them sped off. I went behind them, but pretty far back because they went pretty quickly, and got off on Federal. So they went straight and I got off on Federal, and I didn't obviously see what occurred because the car was obstructing my view, so I didn't know at the time if the shots came from the car in front or inside the vehicle. But that's what I saw.
Okay.
That's Jaden Aarons, who was driving home from an appointment at the time of the shooting.
You said you heard multiple pops. You went pop, pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop. How many of those do you think you heard the first time?
I'm
in your
gonna
estimation?
call it 5 to 7 perhaps.
Okay, and then you said you ducked down and heard several more pops. How many more do you think you heard?
Perhaps 3.
Okay.
And the break in between the 2 was a second or 2
Okay.
that it popped.
So they basically saying that the car that was in front of the lady that got shot, she accidentally, or they thought that she accidentally tapped the back of the bumper. The little boy that's 14 years old was in the passenger seat. The driver obviously was driving, but the 14-year-old asked the driver, can he bust at them for tapping the back of a damn car? Just for tapping the back of a car. You can die for just tapping the back of a car. The lady could have hopped out and been like, damn, I'm sorry. My mistake. You gonna ask this grown ass man, can you bust at them? He gonna tell you to do what you gotta do. Why is you riding with this man? Like, why you with him? He don't give a fuck about you. He just made you. He could have easily said, nah, man. He told him to do what you gotta do. So you basically, he listening to you. You basically made him lose his life. And he lost his life by listening to you. But that's something that he wanted to do, because he would have never asked the driver, can he do it? And the driver like, yeah, do what you gotta do. Nigga, what? What? Like, huh?
Pause wasn't very long.
And you never saw anybody get in or out of any vehicles?
No.
Okay.
I, in my mind, thought it was fireworks or something.
Sure.
And just wasn't paying attention.
When you go around the car you're in front of, why do you go around the car?
Because the other 2 cars did it, and I felt like I was in danger, and I heard the shots coming, and I was ducking down, and I thought maybe they were going to hit me.
Okay.
I was scared to go that way, because again, I didn't know if they were coming from that vehicle, but I couldn't go any other way, so.
This may seem like a really dumb question. If you can articulate it more, why did you feel you were in danger? Tell me more about that.
Because I recognized the sound of gunshots, and I thought perhaps one was going to hit me.
Were you scared?
Not really until after, because
Was she scared?
It was definitely like, weird. So, but I was like, my awareness was heightened, but it still didn't register.
Tell me more about why you duck.
Because I thought I was gonna get shot.
Right.
All right, I know
Man, he
you're
asking some
multitasking when you're
stupid
watching my
ass.
video.
He asking some stupid questions, bruh. Why did you duck? Nigga, you wanted her to get shot in the head? You wanted her to get popped? This might be a stupid question to ask, but why did you duck? Nigga, cause bullets was flying. 7.62s. The fuck? 5.56s. Out of an AR. I would have looked at him like, nigga, are you serious? Why would you ask some stupid?
Videos. And if you're out running errands, listen up. I have to tell you about this free app called Upside. It gets you
we don't want to
cash
hear
back
about
on
that.
daily
We don't want to hear
essentials.
about that.
I downloaded Upside.
We don't want to hear about that.
And he turned to face towards north, and all I see is the side of his forehead, so literally right here.
Okay.
And then that's when I noticed that he lifted up his arm, and his arm was being covered by the top of the car. And I'm in a Ford Edge, so I say it's a pretty big car. He was about like 5'6", 5'7", and that's when I noticed that he had a gun. So my first instinct when I heard it was to get down just in case if they started shooting towards me. I did not physically see the weapon.
Okay.
I seen the light from when you shoot the gun, and you have the light and the sound.
Okay.
So that's what I heard. I heard the toof toof toof.
So the light, like the muzzle flash, we call it. It's like the fire, like when you
fire
fireworks,
yeah.
or you fire a gun and it comes out those gases.
Exactly. That's what he's saying.
What color was that you saw?
When I looked over, the first time I heard it, I got goosebumps. So I looked over, and I just remember seeing white. So
tell me, what color was it?
Okay, but you saw the muzzle flash.
It was a fire-ish color, like a firing, like fire.
How many
Sparks.
times do you think you saw flashes?
Light flash.
About 6 times.
Okay. Did you hear the person that got out from the right front passenger seat of that car? Did you hear him say anything?
No.
Did you hear them yell anything?
No, not really. I didn't hear anything at all because my music I had my music loud because I'm a big fan of music, and I had my music going, and then that's when I heard the first gunshot go off, and I look over, and then I just see the light, like the white, whatever you guys call it, and then
the muzzle flash
down my arm because I just knew that. But when I was driving away, I noticed one.
Are you looking to start your own business? Well, look no further than Busy.com.
I am trying to start my own business. I got a couple of
filing
businesses.
Free.
I got a couple of businesses.
The rear poke his head out, like look back.
Tell me more about that.
So I was going, because my first instinct was to get away because I was scared.
Okay.
So I was going, and then I was trying to get away quickly as possible. And I look in the rear mirror, and I see the Range Rover in there. And I look in, and I see the Honda coming. And I just see a head go like this, but it had a hoodie on, so...
Okay, and was that from the front area of the car or the rear area of the car? So from the passenger side or driver's side?
Driver's side. It was a black hoodie.
Okay. So it came from the driver?
Yeah, the driver's side.
So put an arrow in red the direction he shoots at. And this sounds silly, but what led you to believe he was shooting in the direction of that car?
Well, because when he started shooting, I noticed that the light from when he shot it was going backwards.
Okay.
So I was like, all right. So that, and I ducked down, and that's when I lifted up my head just to take a peek, and that's when I seen his arm behind, on the side of the car facing backwards.
Okay.
After the shooting, Cordova and Johnson sped off in their car as first responders rushed to the scene.
Ma'am, I'm gonna cut your seatbelt, okay? I'm Officer Lipper with the Denver Police
Damn,
Department.
she slumped. Bro, she slumped. That's crazy. She slumped.
Here's the scene from another perspective.
Here, I'm just gonna keep some pressure on him, okay? Yeah. Hey, she took quite a few, about 4 or 5 rounds to the face.
To the who?
She's the only victim. Here, I'm just gonna keep some pressure on him, okay? Yeah. Hey, she took quite a few, about 4 or 5 rounds to the face.
I think he said she took quite a few rounds to the face. To the face. What?
She's the only victim. Let me see if I can find an ID in her purse. Yeah. I don't know how you want to do this. You want to put the seat back so we can get to her? Hey, Scott, hold that seat. It's not going. Is there anything behind the seat? No.
All electric. Hang on, I got it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find an ID. Okay. Is there more than anybody else? No, it's just one person. Could you hold that open while I look through it, please? Thanks. Okay, just grab the scoop real quick. Checking this pocket. 160, I got 7 gunshots to the front.
And I bet he didn't know it was a female. It's dark. He just want to shoot something. YN, that little young nigga just wanted to pop something, bro. And then he just wanted to prove something to me. He just wanted to prove something to me, for real, for real. He ain't even know that was a female. I bet he didn't know that was a female in the car. It could have been kids in the car. Like, oh my, bro, this shit, bro. It could have been children in that car, bro. And you just hop out, shoot. You is a child. Like, what?
Nothing. You coming head first?
Get the head out towards the cap.
Head toward me.
Here.
This next part is really tough. You can see the rear window of Pamela's Range Rover has been completely shot out.
That YN. Park that motherfucker. Dang.
I counted 8 shots.
8?
Yeah, there's one right above the left windshield wiper. So that's 2 out of, like right there.
License plate, that's probably hers.
That's the same one as the on the back.
Okay, that's probably hers.
Another angle shows Pamela being loaded into an ambulance. Now, we won't show that part because it is graphic, but here are the moments leading up to it.
Nothing.
Hey Jared, did you need the northbound or southbound off-ramp closed?
You coming head first?
Let's do southbound for now. Hopefully everybody going north will figure it out. Copy, 1
We'll get a couple of these. I'm going to take a couple fires.
You guys need an extra set of hands for anything?
Yes.
Just say when.
160 out of the DHMC1. We're going to have one coming down and 163 Baker's going to follow. Here, are you ready?
Do you know how this happened?
No, other than somebody called in and said gunshots fired between 2 cars. I wasn't able to get a description of the other vehicle.
Okay, here she comes.
Even though Pamela was rushed to the hospital, she died several days later. Meanwhile, investigators were still working to track down the suspects involved in her shooting. The next day, a Denver police
She died several days later?
Wanted from a...
She died several days later? She was... It looked like she was dead on the scene, though. That's how I looked at. If she died 7 days later, she was strong. She was trying to survive. She was probably just unconscious. But I don't know. I think she passed away on the scene, though.
Separate incidents.
The news will
There's
say
a
anything.
gang shooting at a McDonald's where multiple shots were fired. And at the time, the cop didn't realize this car was also involved in Pamela's shooting. But they did know the people inside needed to be questioned. This led to a small chase, and it's something Nishan Johnson talked about during his police interview.
We're driving, and we get to the light. Police was on side. They get to the side, the back of us. They get behind us. I take a right, they drive. Take a left, they keep following. And then I try to take another right, but the ice was too slippery. So I hit the curb, and that's when they turned the lights on.
Tell me more about the conversation in the car. Who notices the police either on the side of you or behind you?
I mean, we all did, to be honest, because when you're looking at when you at the stop sign, you're gonna look out your window.
Okay.
And then when I looked out the window, I seen the police pull up.
What is the conversation in the car?
Really wasn't no conversation in the car, but they could go.
I'm sorry?
I said it wasn't no conversation in no car, but go.
But go?
Yes.
Why was that?
I don't know.
Okay. Earlier you told me because you didn't have a license.
Yeah, like I don't have no license, but that's what they was telling me. You said what was the conversation?
Okay.
You said what conversation did we have while the police was behind us?
And who was telling you to go?
Little bro. He was like, bro, just go. You feel me? I mean, don't have no license.
Okay.
You feel me? Not finna pull off.
Did little bro say he was hot?
Nah.
Did he say
nigga go?
Okay.
You know how nowadays this young generation gonna run from the police or do anything from the police now, you feel me? So
you listened to him. So you listened to him and you went.
That's how it was, you feel me? Because after they
you gonna listen to a YN, you gonna listen to a nigga that's younger than you.
Tell me how they panicked. How did you know they panicked, Nishan?
Cause you know when the police get behind you sometimes and you know you ain't doing nothing, like me, when I know I ain't doing nothing wrong, I wasn't really panicking, but what made me really panic was because they was all going like, bro, come on, bro, go. And I don't have a license. I was like, bro, that ain't true, God, I ain't stopping. Fuck it, come on. And I hit the car and everything, you feel me? So it was like everything would happen so quick. And when he was like, go, bro, go, I was like, alright, fuck it. I don't have no license, none of that, come on.
Police eventually tracked Johnson down to a shed where he was hiding, and that's where they found some incriminating evidence.
You know why I'm asking all these questions? Because the we were found in, those shell casings match at our murder scene. Can you explain that to me? And you said nobody's in the shed with you. Okay? You're in there by yourself. But the same caliber shell casing that's in the shed where you're at is the same caliber at our murder scene. Can you explain that to me if nobody handed you anything?
No, nobody handed me nothing.
Okay, so how did that end up in the shed with you?
Cause his stupid ass kept the gun.
Oh, I ain't gonna cut it.
I don't know.
Okay.
He didn't get rid of the weapon.
This is your chance to be honest, okay? And I'm not saying you're not, so please don't be offended by that. Okay, but I don't know is not gonna cut it. As I told you before when we first started, it's a homicide investigation. I told you you're not free to leave. Okay? You remember that? Okay. If you were there for something or somebody asked you to hold on to something, I need to know. Okay? And not just for myself, but for yourself. You got a kid, right?
2.
You want to see those kids grow up?
Yes.
Do you want to be able to hold them and not be behind glass when you see them? Or do you want them to come and visit you during your
time? Them people.
Again, I'm not threatening you. I'm not upset with you.
Police know how to get it out of you. I'm telling you, boy.
This is the road we're going down. You're digging yourself a hole here. So if you
they gonna get the truth out of you.
Have something, you know something, Nishan, now's the time to tell me. Okay, you tell me you were by yourself when you, when you ran. Nobody else was in that shed. I asked you several times that question. You're adamant nobody was. Okay? So it's one of two things. Either you were there at that murder scene, or somebody gave you something to hold on to. So now's your chance to help yourself. Don't dig yourself a hole. You got 1 foot in this hole right now, Nishan. Okay?
Investigators spoke with Johnson for more than 5 hours on multiple occasions, and honestly, they didn't get very much, but they got even less info from Remy Cordova.
I'm going to advise you of your rights.
That's the little boy that shot that lady.
And then I'm going to leave the room, and you
that's his mama.
Talk about whether or not you want to talk about this investigation or not. Okay? You okay, ma'am?
She can't believe it.
Stop.
The woman next to Cordova
She can't
in this
believe
video
it.
is his mom. Because remember, he's only 14 years old at the time.
14.
As the detective walks back in, you can hear Cordova apologize to his mother.
I'm sorry.
You weren't sorry when you did it? What you sorry for now?
It's still February 21st, 2020.
He look hella young.
It's now 10:05 p.m.
He look hella young.
And I've given you and your mom
He is young.
Opportunity to talk about this investigation.
She can't believe
Let me
it.
ask you, did you understand the rights as they have been explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
She know her son gone.
Do you have any conflict
She know he
with
gone.
your mom that would prevent her from providing you with guidance and advice about your rights? No? With these rights in mind, are you willing to talk to us about this investigation?
No, sir.
No?
No.
But even though Cordova didn't talk, investigators already knew a bit about him because he had a juvenile criminal record and was on police's radar as a gang member. Prosecutors later said that Cordova's motivation in Pamela's murder was to rise up the ranks in this gang world. Cordova's case eventually moved from juvenile court to district court because of the severity of the crime. He was charged.
So he did that out of rank in the gang world? So you did that to prove yourself, basically what you saying. You did that, you killed that lady to prove to yourself that you was like that. You had to prove yourself to a dude that you was like that. Now you just killed this woman. She lost her life. You 14 years old. You going to jail for the rest of your life. You just lost your life. Your mama know you lost your life. See what I'm saying?
Charged as an adult with first-degree murder and first-degree attempted murder.
And he got charged as an adult.
That second charge was added because another driver had been in the line of fire when Cordova had fired the shots. Now, that person was not injured, so the charge became attempted murder. In November of last year, Cordova was found guilty. He's since been sentenced.
So he got charged with murder and he got charged with attempted murder. Boy, you're gone. You're gone for the rest of your life. You're gone. Look at him. Look at him. I would have whooped his ass in high school. I would have beat his ass. He would have had to did something. I ain't gonna fake it. Yeah. He deserved that. He deserved that. I ain't gonna fake it.
To life in prison with a possibility of parole in 40 years. Nishan Johnson.
With the possibility of parole in 40 years. That boy gonna be 55. That boy gonna be 55 when he able to get parole. Ain't no telling if he gonna make it. 55. 14, you're gonna be in jail till you 55. Life is over.
Johnson has also been convicted for his involvement in the case. In June 2023, he was sentenced to 35 years in prison.
And he got 35 years. That's still long.
As for Pamela, her family says her memory lives on through her son Leo. A GoFundMe page set up for Leo's college fund has already raised nearly $70,000.
R.I.P. that woman, man.
Reporting for Long Crime, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Oh, yeah. Man, R.I.P. her, man. R.I.P. her, man. That shit don't make no sense, man. So he basically did that to prove himself for a rank in the gang world. And you 14 years old when you should be at home playing a game or some shit. And I ain't gonna blame the mama. I ain't gonna blame the mama because parents try. They do try for sure. Sometimes they just be like, man, look. And this is a situation you get put in. So for all you YNs out there that think y'all tough, 14 and 15 and 16, all you YNs, this was gonna happen to y'all ass if y'all think the shit sweet. Trying to prove yourself to a motherfucker that don't even give a shit about you. But they be young-minded too. Ooh, they be young-minded. See, you gotta think. They young-minded though. You know, nowadays, kids not scared no more. Shit. We used to be scared of, bro, we used to be scared of ass whooping when we was little. When you get in trouble at school, and your parents call, and the teacher call your parents, and your mama, your daddy be like, oh, I'm whooping your ass when you get home. I'm talking about we scared. And the parents be at work too. So, when they get home, we putting like 5 pairs of jeans on. Back then, we didn't think that our parents were gonna notice that we put 5 pairs of jeans on. But come on now, they noticed for sure. It ain't do nothing but make it worse. You know what I'm saying? So, YNs, man, the young generation, man, live, man, live. Just live. Enjoy life. Enjoy being young. Because when you get a certain age, that's when adulthood gonna kick your ass. If you're not on the right track. You know what I'm saying? So, his life over with. Her life over with. RIP to her. He got what he deserved. The driver, he should be ashamed of himself. You older than him. You was supposed to teach him, but you didn't care. So, you know, everybody got put in a bad situation. You know, when y'all could have went home. You know what I'm saying? Crazy work, man. That shit crazy. But that's how it be. Hey. Anyway, man. Hey, yo. Let me know what y'all think about that video, man. Let me know what y'all think about that video, man. Do y'all think, you know what I'm saying? You know, do y'all think he deserve? Well, we all know he deserves it, so it ain't even do you think, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Just comment what y'all think about the video. Just let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. You know, unfortunate, that situation was crazy. You know, that was a messed up situation, man. And she didn't deserve to get her life taken like that. You know what I'm saying? She got her life taken for nothing, bro. Like, that was for no reason. I didn't see car accidents where it was worse than bumping somebody fender bender, worse than bumping somebody bumper. You know, and they ain't get out doing nothing. But I guess it's different stroke for different folks, man. But anyway, let me know how y'all feel about that video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit that notification bell so y'all can know when I'm posting, man. And it's your boy Montana Gang. I'm out.